Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Noah here today, bringing you another video. It has been a hot minute since I've made a video, and I figured what better way to come back than by ranking every single character in Total Drama history, because clearly those two things correlate, and honestly, I have never done this in the history of my channel. Now, don't get me wrong, I've ranked all of the characters before, but never to this extent. I've never done all of them with over 100, essentially including the reboot. I've not done this. This is going to be pretty insane. How I'm gonna do this though is very different than I guess how you would normally do it in a tier list. Not really that different, but I know normally you would just kind of go in order of however the characters are put on the screen and then just say which tier you want. For me in this video, I'm just gonna go tier by tier. So I'm gonna go through the D, aka the worst ones in the entire show in my opinion, and then we'll go to C, we'll go to B, we'll go to A, we'll go to S. So that's how this is going to work. But yeah, the last time I did this, I feel like I was like exceptionally harsh on the characters. Low-key, think I was just kind of in a bad mood when I recorded that video. It's okay, I'm older now, we'll put that in the past. We're gonna move on from that moment as a society, and we're just gonna take this one as me ranking all of the characters. This will be the official ranking from now on for me. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and just start with the D tier. These are the worst characters by far. Okay, where is she? I'm literally, I will say this till the end of time, Taylor is the worst character. I hate Taylor. She is just an awful human being. She sucks. Her entire personality is just hating on her mom, and it'd be different like if her mom sucked. Then it's like, you know, yeah, you probably shouldn't hate on your mom, but ultimately it just like still, you know, at least you'd have something. But no, her mom's awesome. So like I just, yeah, it sucks. Anyways, let's keep flying through because there's a lot of characters that are probably going to end up in here. There's just a lot of like random throwaway ones. The second one, I'm not going in any particular order after this. There she is, Amy. Amy sucks, dude. I hate Amy. She is the worst. All right, let's just rapid fire through this now. D tier, Beth. Goodbye. Beth sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Beth easily goes in there. Blanley, you suck. There's nothing to Blanley at all. Sierra, you are on thin ice. Katie and Sadie, dude, honestly, like, come on, man. Come on, I'm sorry. It's like, guys, let's be for real. It's Katie and Sadie. Eva, yeah, Eva goes in that list for me. I know a lot of people love Eva, but she goes in there. Same with Ezekiel. Like, come on, what are we talking about? Stacy, yeah, oh my god, I'm in the D tier. Stacy can go there. B, you know, like B next to Stacy, I feel like would be an insult to B. Sky, bro, I'm sorry. I think Sky is just like the worst. I don't know what it is about Sky, but I just really was not a fan of her. Oh my gosh, Sugar, should I put Sugar in there? I think I have to, right? Sugar is pretty insufferable. Let's see, you know, not for a D tier. Dave, yeah, Dave can go there. Dave is gonna be behind them. Dave is one of the worst. Well, wait, okay, then we need to like put it like that, and then, you know, now we're looking good. Okay, we'll say, yeah, Sky's probably like above the rest on the D tier, but that's not really saying much. Like, ooh, I am the nicest smelling of all the turds. Well, you're still a turd, so. All right, let's keep going. Beardo and Leonard, dude. Oh, I'm keeping him. Rodney, yeah, Rodney, come on. That Bubba stank. Rodney was nothing. I'm sorry to say it. Hate to say it to all you Rodney fans out there. You know, okay. All right, come on, dude, come on. Do I even need to say anything? Like, be so for real. I mean, so far, the rest of them, I mean, are we avoiding the D tier? So far, so good. Yep, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, you know, maybe they'll be better on a rewatch. I don't know. Yeah, Tammy, like, come on, bro. What are we talking about right now? Yep, Millie's gotta go. I think this is our first new gen in there. I'm sorry, I just didn't vibe with Millie. Don't know what it is. Same with Emma, bro. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it with Emma. Axel's fine. Scary Girl, yeah. You know, Chase, bro. Now Chase is gone. I don't care. Some people are gonna be like, oh, come on, dude. Chase isn't that bad. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'll change my mind. Okay, so don't cancel me. I might change my mind upon a rewatch. But as of right now, that rounds out the D tier for us there. All right, who are we going now? We're going for the C tier. Okay, so there's a step above from everybody here. I feel like Sky, I might have harshly rated her, but like, bro, I can't, like, she was boring. Her entire character arc was just having a boyfriend, but then also being like interested in the attention from Dave. but then also having a boyfriend. It was just like bizarre. I didn't really understand it. Dave, obviously exceptionally worse. Good lord. But yeah, all right, let's go through this list. Well, I can tell you Scarlett is gonna go here. Scarlett, I think, is like a step above them just because I found her somewhat enjoyable. The reveal was, you know, fine, but her getting like maniacal and crazy, something I don't love. A lot of shows do that though. You know, Scream is kind of bad about that sometimes. I don't love whenever the character just goes to being absolutely insane and doesn't care about anything, wants to murder everybody. Not really a big fan of that plot line. Joe could probably go in this category for me as well. Joe didn't really do much for me. Sorry to all the Joe fans out there. I apologize to all three of you. Joe is gonna go in that list. Yeah, I mean, I think like B can go here, right? I mean, it's not that he really did anything wrong per se, but like, what did he do right, you know? He's just kind of like there. Apparently Joe is stuck there. Okay, we're gonna move that. But yeah, like I mean, where else is he gonna go? Ella could definitely go here. Yeah, honestly, Ella could have probably wanted the D tier now that I think about it. But I'll put Ella at the bottom of C, whatever. I mean, real talk though, like honestly, yeah, Ella's going to the D tier because now that I'm looking at them, a lot of these characters are probably gonna end up in the C tier. I mean, Leonard, like how did you even squeak by so far? He's going in there. Same with Beardo. Sorry, brother. You're going in there. Anybody else? Yeah, definitely. Ryan and Stephanie could probably go here. They were kind of funny at times, but ultimately, like, I don't really care for that type of storyline. We're going to keep going. I like everybody here so far. Like everybody here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe these guys snuck up. Low key, do I put them in D tier? I did not like these guys at all. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I know a lot of people like them. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm going to put them there. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, Kelly can go here in the C tier. There's not really much else. Same with Lorenzo and Chet. This is a lot of the Redonkulous Race cast. I'm sorry to say, listen, I've only ever seen, this is going to be crazy talk for some of you guys, but I've only ever seen Redonkulous Race once, like fully watched all the way through one time, and it was whenever it aired live on television. Outside of that, I have never sat down and rewatched it. Maybe I'll do that. The reason I never did is because whenever it was on Netflix, for some reason they uploaded the Redonkulous Race episodes sped up. They were like 20 minutes long and they sped it up very slightly. I don't know why they did that. It just absolutely threw it off for me. I couldn't watch it. Who else is going into the C tier? I am going to put Sierra there. I didn't really care for Sierra. Thought she was kind of annoying. I mean, that's the point. She's supposed to be annoying though, so you know, I can't really be too mad there. Yeah, I mean, like Dwayne Jr. What are we talking about, dude? Let's put that kid there. Caleb, I didn't really care for Caleb too much. Same with Ripper. Wasn't a big Ripper guy. Axel can go here. Yep, like Scary Girl can go here. Nichelle can go here. Really, a lot of those characters can. Ultimately, wasn't really too crazy about some of them. Just saying. All right, B tier. This is gonna fill up a lot of people because to get into A tier, you gotta be pretty legendary. To get into S tier, you gotta be God mode. I feel like you gotta be absolutely God tier. So who is going into the B tier? Let's look at this front row. I think this is a good row for Izzy. I think Izzy would be a good spot for the B tier. Let me look at the second row here. I think this is where I'll put Zoe. I'm not really too insanely crazy on Zoe. I don't hate Zoe. I think a lot of people do. I think she is somebody that just got a lot of screen time, and so it's just kind of like, man, you know, like whenever we were watching it, we wanted our OGs to win. Zoe and Mike got a lot of screen time. Definitely kind of hinders them a little bit. Ultimately, though, I think that Zoe is not as bad as everybody says she is. Who else? Yeah, Dawn. Dawn can go in the B tier for me. I like Dawn. I think Dawn has a lot of potential. I think a lot of people have said that for a very long time. Really fun character. I'd love to see her come back. I think that's somebody that a lot of people would like to see come back. So why not throw her in a pretty decent tier, especially for a character who got out as early as she did and only played once. I'm going to put Anna Maria over in this category as well. I like Anna Maria. I thought she was fun. I think she's somebody that you could bring her back and I wouldn't really bat an eye. I mean, she was almost in All-Stars. So I think Anna Maria is cool. I don't have an issue there with her at all. I think I'm going to go ahead and put Dakota in this tier as well. I'll put her like kind of in the middle, although it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm literally ranking them, but you know, I think Dakota was fine. I don't love the Dakota Zoid thing. I think that kind of ruined her, but her and Sam were really, really, really fun together. and I would love to see that explored again. I would bring them back for Redonkulous Race 2 even. That's something that I would love. I'm gonna go ahead and put Brody in this category as well. I love Scott McCord. I think Brody's probably my least favorite of all the characters that he has voiced, and that's not a knock on the character by any means, and definitely not to Scott McCord, more so just the writing. I feel like Jeff definitely outshines Brody in that duo, so I'm gonna have to put Brody in the B tier. Let's see who else we're gonna throw over there. Honestly, I think this is a good spot for Brick. I like Brick a lot. I'll put him like very high up in the B tier, but I mean, Brick was not really a staple character for me, you know, like one of my absolute favorites. I thought he was fun. I think he's definitely somebody that needs to come back. He was a really fun character, but I'm gonna put him at the top of the B tier. And I think right next to him, I am gonna have to put Cameron. I think Cameron's a fun character, pretty inoffensive character, but ultimately he's not really my favorite, not usually the style of character that I would love, but I still do really like Cameron. I am gonna put Jasmine, I think, in here as well. You know, Jasmine was fine, but that's just it. She was fine. Like, you know, I wasn't really blown away by her as much as I would have liked to have been. So I'm gonna put her there. I think this is where I'm gonna put Sanders as well. From what I remember liking MacArthur a lot more, of course, whenever I watched it. I think MacArthur just appealed more. I mean, she was the more comedic character of the two, obviously. Sanders, she's fine. Doesn't really do anything wrong per se. She's a beast in challenges. I'll always remember in the finale whenever she like breaks her arm 17 different ways to get the pass or the key, whatever it was that fell into the sewer. I think that that's dope. Ultimately though, character wise, you know, she didn't really move me. Same with the next few pairs. I'm gonna put the rock stars in here. I love Spud, I love Rock, like they're fun, don't get me wrong, really do like these characters, but it's not like they did anything groundbreaking in the game. They didn't make it super far. And, you know, I love Carter Hayden. Anytime my boy Carter Hayden gets paid, I love it. But, you know, it's not like these characters really changed the game. I actually cannot believe a team has made it as far as they did. So I have to add a team to the C tier. Sorry to say it, but Jerry and Pete, how did you sneak past me? They'll go to the top because they were funny, but they're in like 3 episodes. I can't believe I kept them in. That's actually hilarious. All right, who else are we gonna put in the B tier? This is where it gets tough because like I said, the A tier and the S tier, it's really hard to get into. A lot of people I think are gonna be in the B tier. I could see this one being the most rounded out one. I'm gonna put MK here for sure, bottom of the B tier. MK, I think was fine. I like her a lot more than I do these people, but not like a lot more. She's gonna be the bottom of the B tier for me. I understand why people like her. I get the appeal, but she didn't really move me. I think this is where I'm gonna have to put Emma. I think Emma is somebody that I like, but I don't really feel too crazy about her. I think I'm also going to be able to kind of rapid fire this. Let's go with some of the people that I do really like these characters, but ultimately they're just falling short of that like genuine legendary status. Well, a lot of them, I mean, legendary, I don't want to throw that term around too loosely. So let's just say, you know, like just awesome players, all-star worthy players, you know, a lot of great picks on this list for me. I think we're going to have to put Tom and Jen. I think they're fun self-inserts from the creators, and they do serve the story well. I wouldn't hate if they came back for another Redonkulous Race season. I think they were fun. I'd like to have seen a deeper run from them. They really were entertaining, definitely. I'm gonna have to put Dwayne on this list as well. I mean, putting Dwayne in the A tier would be kind of psychotic. I feel like you gotta put him there. Who else are we gonna put here? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put Raj and Wayne. I know some people might be like, oh man, but like, I just, you know, I thought they were fine, but I feel like their characters have been done better. I felt like in a lot of ways in the reboot, they were a lesser man's Jeff and DJ. And that's not to take away from their characters. Their characters were fine on their own, but ultimately, I just feel like their dynamic was done better. Devin and Carrie. I liked Devin and Carrie, but, you know, they weren't exactly my favorites. I think that they're fine. Don't get me wrong. I obviously like them, but we're going to go ahead and throw them in that category. I'm also going to throw one more person from the Redonkulous Race. I'm going to put Jose. I like Jose. Don't get me wrong. I think that she's cool, but ultimately, you know, she's just going to fit in the B tier. It's hard to get in the A tier, guys. Like, I was honest about it. And this is going to be another heartbreaker. I got to cut Sammy. I really like Sammy. I think she's fun, but for a character who's only made 5 episodes, Obviously, it's hard to make it into a really far tier. Sammy, though, man, she's somebody that I really want to come back. And I see that debate, you know, is her name Sammy? Is her name Sammy? They call her Sammy, but her name is literally Sammy. Like, it's a factual statement that that's her birth name. All right, I think to finish off the B tier, I'm gonna have to put in the Goths. I think the Goths have to go in here. I think they're awesome characters. Don't get me wrong, I really do like them, but I just can't put them in the A tier because so many of these other characters, I think that they're in a different league. I really do. Call me crazy. All right, we have officially made it to my A tier. All right, so here's the deal. If you hate it, you hate it. This is, at the end of the day, an opinion. I'm not claiming that this is the correct list. I'm saying it's the correct list for me because it's my opinion. And so it is for me what I would put, but whatever you put is also the correct list for you. That's the way this works. Don't get mad in the comments. The A tier. This is gonna have a lot of people as well. Let's go through and round out the A tier. For starters, I am going to put my girl Bridget. I love Bridget. Absolutely one of my favorite characters. I think a lot of people rag on her because she doesn't have this crazy archetype. She's not, you know, this crazy stereotypical character. She's just a normal surfer girl, but I think that's what makes her so charming. I love her character. I think you need characters like that. I love Bridget. I think that it's absolutely necessary to have characters like that. Next, I am going to grab from here. I think they're going to go behind Bridget. Well, they definitely are. I'm putting Topher. This is probably like the most hot take, is putting Topher this high. The reason why I love Topher so much, one of my great friends just pointed this out to me recently, and I never really thought about it until just now, but Topher literally doesn't even like barely interact with the team at all in the show. Like, he barely is doing anything with them. He's mostly just in his own plotline trying to steal Chris's job, and I think that that is actually so refreshing. It was really fun. I like his voice actor. I think the delivery is great. I think the writing is great, and I will admit, I am not ashamed to admit the fact that I was in my 20s before I realized his name is Topher because it's the second half of Christopher. With that being said, we're gonna move on into the A tier. I am putting the Codemeister. I like Cody. Don't get me wrong, I like Cody. I don't love him as much as everybody else does, but I think Cody is a fun character. I think he does well with what he's given. He's given a lot of leeway though. You know, he doesn't even sing for like half of World Tour, and when he does, with all due respect to Peter Oldring, the legendary voice actor who voices many characters on the show, I think that the voice hurt my soul a little bit to have to listen to. With that being said, I'm now going to throw Mr. Tyler into this list. I can't really do my Tyler voice anymore, but I made it to the A tier. I don't know if that's good or not. Probably not. We're probably going to cut it out. Tyler is in the A tier. I think Tyler's fun. You know, he's one of those characters that's plagued with potentialitis. You know, everybody says, oh my gosh, he has so much potential, but they just don't utilize him. I mean, granted, this is a character that literally hasn't been animated into total drama since, you know, he was seen in Revenge of the Island passing by. He hasn't even been heard since World Tour, which was over 10 years ago. So this is a character, yeah, he's been gone for a hot minute, but I love Tyler. I think he's fun. I think he's really fun. And I love the fact that he came back and played in season 3. I think it's so fun. I'd love to see Tyler again. All right, now I have got Mr. Multiple Personalities Mike and all the personalities with him. I do really like Mike's character. I think that in All Stars, though, he is slightly insufferable. There's just something about his storyline that makes me not really like him. Even though he literally wins the season, I think it hurts him more than it helps him. But I do like Mike a lot in Revenge of the Island. I think he's one of the highlights of Revenge of the Island for sure. But in All Stars, unfortunately, I think it does hurt his legacy, even though he won. Next, I'm going to put Sam. But Sam's going to go like at the bottom. I know a lot of people don't love Sam. I'm putting him in the A tier because there was something about him when I was a kid that I just fell in love with this character. I don't know what it was, but I really loved him. I absolutely love his voice actor, Brian Froud. Ultimately, you know, Sam is just a character that I think is really fun and has a lot of stuff that you could do with him. I hate what they did with him in All Stars, but his plotline with Dakota I've always loved. I really liked him in All Stars whenever he was there. I hate, you know, obviously his elimination. All of that was pretty dumb, but man, he was fun whenever he was around. All right, up next, I'm gonna put Kitty. I really like Kitty. I think Kitty was a lot of fun in Redonkulous Race. I think she played well with Owen. I think that ultimately all of the things that she did in this season were really fun. Obviously, legendary voice, and I think that she is somebody that was a much needed personality for Redonkulous Race. Definitely one of my favorite characters, and I would like to see her again, even in a competition format with the total drama style and not the Redonkulous Race style. I think would be really, really, really fun. And she's one of them that you can bring her back. I think it makes more sense to bring back Kitty than it does Emma, because Emma kind of served her story. Kitty didn't really do anything for herself, and I think that has a lot of potential. All right, up next, I'm gonna put my man Trent. I really like Trent. Obviously, we don't have to talk about the worst derailment ever in Total Drama Action. Poor guy, that was rough. I love Trent though. Trent's the man. I think he's somebody that a lot of people really adore, somebody that a lot of people want to see come back, and I think he will come back one day, and I'm ready for that day. But until then, Trent's gonna stay in the A tier. I think he definitely would go to the S tier with a legendary return though. Now I gotta go back to Redonkulous Race. I'm putting MacArthur here. I think MacArthur is a really fun character. As I get older, I don't love MacArthur as much, but whenever I was watching Redonkulous Race for the first time, I absolutely loved MacArthur. One of my favorite characters in the entire series, and I would like to see MacArthur in the single player format. Just like I said about Kitty, I think MacArthur would thrive very well, and I would definitely choose her over Sanders. No offense, Sanders fans. All right, up next I have Priya. I really thought I was going to rank Priya lower when I started this list, but then as I thought about it more and more, my biggest gripe with her is just the fact that she is in so much of the show. They really kind of shove her down your throat, and it's one of those things where it's like, if you would just let me breathe a little bit, I would like you more. But ultimately, that doesn't necessarily ruin her character. I think it does hurt her slightly. I would have liked to see her a little bit less of the focal point in season 2 of the reboot, but she still is a fun character, and I think she's like an underratedly funny character. A lot of people don't talk about the humor with her, and I think that she's somebody that I would not mind seeing again, and I think she definitely would be somebody that you bring back if you ever do a old school versus new school total drama season. Priya obviously is a shoo-in to return for that. Okay, I want to put this dude in S tier so bad, but I'm not going to. I have to put him in A tier. It's Justin. Dude, I freaking love Justin. He is one of my favorite characters of the entire show. I want him to come back so bad. I think he would be so freaking fun. I would love to see him play again. I don't think he'll ever come back, because truthfully, I don't know if they'll ever do any type of returning season. But if they did, bro, Justin has got to come back. Holy crap, this dude could literally win, and I would be so happy. He would be legendary. I think he is a legend in his own right. I love Justin. He really makes Total Drama Action special. Now remember, I said the S tier was going to be really tough to get into, and I meant it. The first heartbreak for me, I don't know about for anybody else, but for me, this is so hard to have to get rid of. I love Max so much, but I can't in good faith put him in the S tier. Max is such a fun character. I want him back so bad. Definitely the most unfair elimination of Total Drama history. Dude, give me this freaking character back. Oh my gosh. He made Pocatello Island so special for me. And in the same conversation, I have to put right next to him the winner of Pocatello Island, Mr. Sean. I do like Sean a lot. Don't get me wrong. I like Max more, if I'm being honest with you. I think Sean's a phenomenal winner, though. I would like to see Sean back. I think he would be a really fun returnee. Obviously, Max, I would like to see come back and have more story. But ultimately, Sean, yeah, that's a winner that you would bring back. And if he made it far, it's not like, oh, come on, Sean again. It's like, yeah, it's Sean. You know, he's cool. There's no reason to hate on Sean. I think he's a fun character. Obviously, he's a little out there, you know, very stereotypical. They really went that route with Pocatello Island, though. But man, he is a fun character. So those two, yeah, good picks for the S tier. All right, next I gotta go with Don from Redonkulous Race. I love Don. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a great host. But when you talk about legendary status, obviously, of all the big three, Don is the 3. I think everybody knows that. I think he's a fine replacement to Chris McClain for this season, but ultimately I wish they would have just brought Chris McClain back and had him host it. Truthfully, I think that would have been the right call, but you know, Don is fine. He is fine. If they did another Redonkulous Race season, you bring back Don, it's not the end of the world. I think he's a fun host. I think he's charming. He has really funny moments, good voice. Terry McGurran does a good job. Ultimately, there's nothing really bad about Don. He's just not Chris McClain, is kind of the way that he suffers there. Now we are moving on to the S tier. A lot of characters have made it into the S tier for me, but out of over 100, I think it's pretty likely that there's gonna be several that make it into that tier. We're gonna rank them now. All of these characters are, in my opinion, the best to ever step foot on an island, a world tour plane, whatever the heck it was. The best characters to ever grace our screens in Total Drama history. We're going to start this list. In the back, I am going to put Miss Julia. I don't think that this really is an official ranking, but all of these are great characters. I'll talk briefly about them all. I mean, I love Julia. I think she's a great antagonist. Suffers from a lot of plot armor, but a lot of the antagonists in Total Drama do. It's just kind of the way that they write the show, unfortunately. But Julia's fun, man. This is a character I would love to see just keep coming back. I mean, she really is one of the most iconic characters from the show. Makes it far in both seasons, obviously. Man, really, really, really fun. I dig Julia. I do. Like, that's a fun character, and I think that if you hate Julia's character, you're tripping. All right, DJ. Yes, sir. I love DJ. He's the man, dude. DJ is a very inoffensive character, obviously. He is like the most pure-hearted character ever. I will still die on the hill that DJ should have made a deep run in World Tour and should have come back in Redonkulous Race with his mama or Jeff. Hello, duh. I've been saying this. I don't know why Brody exists when DJ was right there, or Bridget for that matter, but especially DJ. Come on, what are we talking about? I freaking love DJ. He's so fun. I gotta put Jacques up here. He played one time, but man, was he fun. He was so freaking fun. I would love to see him back in another season. His voice acting, Scott McCord absolutely kills it. He's, dude, God, just such a funny character. I loved him so much, and I love whenever the antagonist is good and you love to hate them, and it's not just a, wow, I hate this antagonist because they genuinely suck, like a Sugar moment. This is really an iconic character. So freaking good. Next up, I gotta put my man Lightning. I freaking love Lightning, dude. He's so fun. It's a shame that he got out so early in All-Stars, but dude, he is freaking hilarious. He is so funny. I love him in Revenge of the Island. He is the best character in that season, in my opinion. And man, would I love to see him back. There's so many characters I would love to see come back and play again. I don't know why they don't do it. I really don't. I think that there is a gold mine that they're sitting on and they're just not seizing the opportunity, especially with characters like Bowie now joining the mix. What a fun guy Bowie was. In my heart, Bowie won season 1, man, of the reboot. Like, I would have really liked that. I prefer a Bowie win over a Priya win, to be honest with you. I think that Bowie is great. I want to see him back. I might just keep saying it about all of these characters, but it's true. I want to see them all back. I want to see them playing so many times over and over again, especially Jeff, dude. Jeff was so fun in Redonkulous Race. He carried that team, like I said earlier. What a legendary character. All of them are. Let's just rapid fire bang all of these out, man. Z, my favorite character from the reboot season, next to this guy. Damien, I love Damien. Damien should have won season 2. His elimination genuinely made me so mad. Damien should have won season 2. I would have loved that so much. Sorry to all you Wayne fans out there, but I did not love Wayne's win at all. I think he sucked. I'm sorry to say it. Maybe sucked is a little harsh, but definitely should have been Damien in my heart. Speaking of characters that I think should have won, Scott. Dude, Scott should have won All-Stars. Oh my gosh, dude, Scott was right there. We were so close. He almost saved us. He almost did. Scott and Courtney in the finale of All-Stars would have been legendary. It would have fed generations. Generations. Oh my gosh, dude. Speaking of oh my gosh, I gotta put Harold up in the S tier. I freaking love Harold. Shout out Brian Froud. Harold should have won Action. Duncan versus Harold in the finale of Action. Tell me that wouldn't have been amazing. I think that would have been awesome. Another person that could have went in that spot was Lindsay. I love Lindsay. She is one of my favorite characters of all time. I think that Lindsay deserves so much better in All-Stars. Bring her back. Bring Lindsay back. Oh my goodness, I'd love to see Lindsay come back for another season. I think that would be so freaking sick. You know who else I want to see come back for another season? Lashana. Duh. Everybody wants to see Lashana back. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to see Lashana back? Give me more Lashana, please and thank you. I love Lashana. You know who else I love? I love Gwen. I love Gwen a lot. I think Gwen is so iconic. She's a lot of people's favorite character, and for right reasons. She's one of the most recognizable cartoon female characters of all time, especially goth ones. Whenever people talk about goth girls and cartoons, Gwen is almost always referenced and always shown, and I think that that's really cool, and it's iconic for the show, and they perfectly encapsulated 2007 with the Gwen character. Dude, she freaking rules. You know who else freaking rules? Alejandro. He freaking rules, man. Alejandro is awesome. I love Alejandro. I think he's great. Even in All-Stars, a lot of people don't like Alejandro in All-Stars. I personally think that he's one of the better characters in All-Stars. I really do. I have a lot of fun watching him in All-Stars. Unfortunately, I did not have a lot of fun watching him destroy Heather in All-Stars. That hurt my feelings because Heather is like the GOAT. What are we doing here with Heather? Bring her back, dude. Bring them all back. Like, what are we even talking about? Do a season of 100 people, and I would love it. I would be all for it. I just wouldn't want to eliminate anybody. Can we just do like a sitcom instead? That wouldn't work. Oh my gosh. We just need enough seasons to where they can all get their flowers and they can all get their win. Speaking of enough seasons where they can all do something, what if Chef competed on a season? Wouldn't that be nuts? That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But dude, Chef is like the greatest sidekick ever. Next to Robin, I love Chef Hatchet. I hate what they did to him as time progressed. I think his new outfit is absolutely atrocious. Why would the reboot not have Chef be in his OG attire? I don't know. I really hate what happened to Chef. I love his character. Bring old school Chef Hatchet back, please, for the love of God. And speaking of bring old back, bring me old Chris McClain back. If you're gonna change the voice actor, Jakudo is right there, bro. He's right there. What are we doing? Sorry, Terry McGurran, but this Chris McClain sucks because it's nothing like Chris McClain. That's not a controversial statement to make. It's a completely different voice, and it totally takes me out of the reboot. Like, I needed a voice that sounds like Chris McClain. Jakudo was right there. What are we doing? Speaking of right there, what are we doing? Courtney and All-Stars, it was right there. We were so close. What are we doing, people? Courtney should have won that season. She is my favorite female character of all time. Maybe it's, you know, a trauma response. I don't know, but I freaking love her character. Something about the toxic girlfriend just really hits a nerve with me. I love it. All right, I'm going to move on from that. We're just going to keep going. Don't worry about it, guys. The big three, Owen, Duncan, and Noah. I love all of these guys so freaking much. I have to put Mr. Owen here in my third spot. I love Owen. I think that Owen is like probably just the staple of Total Drama. He's the poster boy. Obviously, he's the biggest snub from All-Stars. That's still the craziest decision ever. And he came back for the reunion. That's so cool. He's the only character to have done all of the generations and have been literally shown in every generation except for Pockettail Island. That's the only one. Outside of that, dude, Owen's been around for everything. That's so sick. I love Owen. He's somebody that I would not care if they brought back again. I know a lot of people are like, well, we've had enough of Owen. But dude, I'd bring him back. If they did an old school versus new school season, yeah, I'm bringing back Owen. In a cast of like 12v12, 12 old school versus 12 new school or something, yes, please, serve me up some of that. I would absolutely love that. We're going into the number 2. Now you guys should already know how this is going. This isn't called Duncan with 2 N's. I love Duncan to death. He's going at 2 for me. Drew Nelson absolutely kills it as Duncan. Duncan is one of the most iconic cartoon characters of all time. So many people in our age group that I am in know who Duncan is. Everybody knows Duncan from Total Drama. He's such a badass. One of the most legendary players of all time. And I don't care what anybody says, Duncan is the winner of Total Drama Action. The man who could win a season of Total Drama is my number one. The channel is called Noahh for a reason. I love Noahh. I think he's the best Total Drama character. Maybe he's not the best overall well-rounded. I think he's my favorite character, of course. I think like the best well-rounded overall would probably be like Duncan or Owen, right? But I love Noahh. I think that Noahh is amazing. Heather is also a great option for the other two. Anyways, I need to stop getting sidetracked. I love Noahh. I think he's hilarious. I think he is good at challenges whenever he applies himself. He can get along with a lot of people despite also being incredibly sarcastic and kind of rude to some people. I think Noahh has a great duality to his character. There's so much about him that has been explored and so much that still hasn't been explored. And I absolutely would love to see Noahh come back for another season. And you're damn right I'd love to see him win or at least make it to the final 6. That's all of it. That's everybody ranked. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and comment down below what you think is the craziest pick on this list for me. I'm interested to see. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day, weekend, life. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace out.
Leonard likes this post.